Hi there, my name is John Thompson. I'm a certified liability advisor, and this is our case study for the month. It's called the IRA Stretch. It really highlights the opportunity to combine withdrawals from IRAs with a home equity conversion mortgage, HECM, more commonly known as a reverse mortgage, in a coordinated approach to increase cash flow potentially to the consumer, to create more sustainability, and to reduce risk in the plan. So let me go ahead and jump into it here. Right. So what do we all know, right? Oftentimes retirees need additional income. Those incomes can come from different sources, and of course, sometimes there's a shortfall. Sometimes spending outpaces the assets and so forth. But the IRA, in this case, can be stretched to provide additional income. So the timing of withdrawals is important, and things like that as well. As we all know, around retirement income planning. So where's the opportunity really lie? Home equity is often a large illiquid asset for many people. There's over $11 billion worth of home equity now in the United States for seniors. It's not often coordinated, not often looked at as part of the planning, but it can be a retirement income plan, and it can be a very safe income source as well. But typically, it's not a part of planned retirement income unless it's maybe looked at as a last resort. So we're going to suggest there's a much better way to do that for certain cases where this might work. And so, thinking of this coordination between a HECM, home equity conversion mortgage, and traditional retirement accounts and cash flow could really reduce the likelihood of outliving savings. We're going to demonstrate that in this case study. And how does it all work? Well, you obviously set up the home equity conversion mortgage. Well, we analyze it all first, determine if it makes sense, run the numbers, present the options. But then ultimately, if we move forward, you secure a HECM, which creates now an accessible pool of funds. You draw on those funds at the opportune times during retirement, and then you utilize the timing, the amounts to stretch the IRA out, so the IRA then ultimately becomes a much longer time frame to again get access to this different stuff. So this is our case study. I have some numbers here in a moment. There's an actual client, 70 and 71, retired couple, $1.3 million home with no mortgage, about $860,000 in IRA assets, but they're spending about $25,000 more than is coming in between their pension and Social Security. They've burned through most of their liquid assets. They're concerned about paying additional tax on money above the RMDs, and their spending is going to, at current rate, is going to run out in about 13 years, right in their early to mid 80s, when oftentimes other expenses start to increase around healthcare and things like that. So what are some of their goals? They'd love to be able to age in place. They want the freedom to travel, remove their stress, and so forth, and obviously have some kind of a better contingency plan. So the plan in their case was to create this line of credit, standby line of credit, which is part of the HECM reverse mortgage product. They have access to about $438,000. They take $100,000 upfront for an immediate cash boost. We model out $25,000 tax-free draws over a 10-year period, although they may or may not do it that way, but that's the way we modeled it to show the sustainability of the plan. And that's, again, to cover the shortfall in spending. The line of credit that's not utilized is growing. And then year to year, there's going to be an evaluation by their advisor who brought the case to us and said, do we draw from the IRA or do we draw from the HECM based on the market conditions between the advisor? Right. So what's the impact? They're going to be able to age in place. They have a lower risk of cash flow depletion, reducing their stress. They're increasing their lifestyle. And now they have an additional source of contingency funding as well. So what are the key results if this plan comes out to fruition? $350,000 in tax-free cash flow, a $522,000 line of credit available, and they still have $1 million for home equity, even if we model out a 3% appreciation rate on their real estate. And so here's just kind of what it looks like. This spreadsheet is available. We use it all the time for our modeling. Just a few key highlights here. This shows where it was in inception, the home equity here. At age 85, they got a $300,000 line of credit. They've taken $25,000 in draw between the ages 75 and 85. So that's, the $350,000 there. I'm sorry, the $250 there plus the $100 they took up front. If we go all the way out to age 85, the projected line of credit is $522,000, a great source of funding. There's still $1 million in home equity. The growth rate on the unused line of credit, we modeled here it in the mid fives. You'll see here some other graphs around it. So a fabulous case study, a lot of fun to work on it. We're going to call this a coordinated strategy with IRA. It can work for many people. I'm happy to model it out and show it to your clients. Here's the strategy overview. What's the unique and personalized situation? Let's create a customized plan, and then ultimately we engage around those plans moving forward. So thanks again, John Thompson, and look forward to discussing this with you in greater detail and teaching you something you didn't know before. Thanks again.